All right. Hello, everyone. This is Alan Newell, and I'm honored tonight to be able to welcome you to our Touchstone Team Elevation Testimonial call. When we do training calls, we do opportunity calls, we do all kinds of different calls, but this by far is always my favorite call to be involved in and to be able to host, because this is what we're all about. At Touchstone Essentials, 100% pure certified organic whole food plant-based nutrition. We're always talking about that we're not a Me Too company, that our products are real, and that they get great results. And so to be able to hear from people share the results that they're getting are absolutely amazing. And this is just what it's all about. And so I don't want to take up too much more time with that, but we'll go back and forth. We've got people from all over the country who are going to share with us tonight. And I'm going to start with right here where I am in Wilmington, North Carolina, with Miss Debbie Stella, who lives in Wilmington, North Carolina. Debbie, welcome to the call.
Well, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm always excited to talk about the Touchstone products because they have done so much for me health-wise. But tonight, I'm just going to talk about the CBD oil because it has helped me tremendously. Now, CBD, of course, as everybody knows, has a lot of benefits, a lot of health benefits, but I'm just going to talk about what it has done for me personally. First of all, I have osteoarthritis, and prior to taking the CBD oil, I could not close. I had a hard time closing my hand, especially when I woke up in the morning. I couldn't even make a fist. I have not had any issues since I've been taking the CBD, which it was a year in August. I can close my hand. I have no pain in my hand. Even when people say, oh, I could tell it's going to rain because my arthritis and my joints are bothering me, I don't have that issue. I seriously don't. I don't care if Hurricane Dorian is coming through Wilmington. I don't have that issue. So that has helped me tremendously. Also, I have on my left knee, I have issues with my left knee. They told me they don't know how long it's going to be before I need a knee replacement. It could be 2 days, 2 months, 2 years. They don't know. So a couple years ago, I got a shot of steroids in my knee because I could barely walk on that leg. And those of you who don't know me, I work retail and part-time. And when I'm at my job, there are sometimes 7 hours to 8 hours where I am just standing. I'm walking around and I don't get to sit all but 15, 20 minutes for a lunch break. So I'm on my legs all the time. And that's where that's when I saw problems with my knees. I mean, this CBD oil, I don't know what else to say about it, but I don't have any problems with my knees. I can go up and down steps. I have 17 steps in my second floor of my home. I go up and down with virtually no problems. So I love it. The other thing it's helped me with, I'm a pretty good sleeper, but sometimes if I got up in the middle of the night to use the ladies' room, I'd come back to bed and then, your mind starts thinking about, oh, I need to do this today. And, this is happening. And what about this? And, oh, I forgot to pay that bill and whatever. I find myself when I get up once or twice during the night, I go right back to sleep and I get a solid sleep. And when I wake up, I'm not tired. I'm totally refreshed and I feel terrific. So that's what CBD oil has personally done for me. And it has a lot of other benefits, and I hope we hear about some of those benefits from the other people, but that's what it's done for me personally.
That is awesome, Debbie. Thank you so much for sharing. And I know you were out at a event tonight, and so thanks for taking a break and coming on and sharing your story with us.
Sure, no problem. Thanks for having me.
And so next we're going to go from the North Carolina coast to the upper northwest coast. And let's see if I can find, there she is, from Vancouver, Washington. We have Miss Sabrina Wright. Sabrina, welcome to the call.
Hi, Alan. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here on the call tonight. It's interesting, when you had asked for me to give a testimonial, I went through all the products that I take, and I could easily, as I'm sure many on the call tonight could, talk about benefit from every product that they take. Tonight, though, for me, I'm dealing with, I was first introduced to Touchstone when I was having joint pains. I am a massage therapist, and I was seeing 25 to 30 clients a week, and that's a lot of work on the wrists, the hands, the elbows, and the shoulders. And with that type of a workload, my joints were overworked, and I was experiencing extreme inflammation where I would have to ice in between each client. So my self-care really had to ramp up in some very unique ways. I had been invited to take a look at Touchstone Essentials and the Wellspring product specifically because of the inflammation, the anti-inflammation properties that it has. And I started taking those supplements, I think it was 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening. And within days, I had no issue with joint inflammation or discomfort. Within a week to 2 weeks, it was as if I didn't have any problems whatsoever. Not at all. And so a certain amount of my practice has been extended because of the benefits that I receive, not only from the Wellspring, but also from the Touchstone Essential products. The nutrition that's in all of these products actually makes it so easy to be a part of my day. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just very exciting. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. There's not a lot of work involved. The other product that has helped with my inflammation, similar to Debbie Stella, is that CBD oil. My favorite is the cream, though, for me personally. So I use it more topically for special issues that occur, let's say maybe after a really deep workout. Then what I do is I apply the cream to the muscle that's been overworked, and within, minutes, the pain is decreased, and it's amazing. It smells amazing with the lavender and eucalyptus oil that's in it. What's extremely pleasing, and I think really, really important, is that there's a purity that comes with all of the ingredients. So when the label says that it's turmeric, it's going to be turmeric for the Wellspring. It's not going to be turmeric and then, maybe something else in there. I mean, the ingredient list is just amazing. It's pure, it's simple, and so effective. Yeah, thank you. I could go on and on and on, but there are other testimonials, and there are so many other products that I'm sure are going to be shared. But thank you very much for having me share mine.
Absolutely, Sabrina, and thank you for coming on and sharing. We appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go to Fargo, North Dakota, and welcome Dr. Darrel Hestdalen. Darrel has been with Touchstone and using the product since the very beginning of the company, and so we're always excited to hear from him. He's got soon be 8 years experiences with our product. So Darrel, welcome to the call.
Thank you, Alan. I'm glad to be here. And I'll pass on the live video. We just moved and I don't have the lighting in here very good. I look like I got a halo on my head or something, so we'll skip the video for tonight. But the products have, I'm a chiropractor. I've recommended products to my patients for 40 years. And I've always had concern about the synthetic vitamins, but just didn't have a good alternative. And so when Touchstone started, I just cold turkey quit everything. And I had a heart condition called PVCs, where my heart would flutter and skip about every 4th or 5th beat. The doctor said, you'll die with it, not from it, don't worry about it. But it would leave me more susceptible to blood clots, things like that. And about 3 or 4 months into the process after starting the Touchstone, I just noticed my heart was not skipping anymore. And it hasn't skipped, it's healed. And one time in that period, somebody sent me a product and I thought, oh, I'll try it. And it was synthetic vitamins. And within 2 days, my heart started skipping again. I quit. 2 or 3 days later, everything was back to normal. It's been normal ever since. So there's just extreme power in getting the whole food that your body can absorb. And that's so critical. And last month, the 1st of August was the first night that we slept in our new home. We had lived in a condo for 20 years and we sold that and moved back to a house with a yard and all of that sort of thing. We only moved 10 blocks, but so we rented a van, and so we were hauling most of our stuff with hired movers for the big stuff, the heavy stuff. But for about 5 days, I was averaging over 22,000 steps a day. And most of that was carrying 20 to 50 pound boxes and books and all that, furniture and that sort of thing. And the calm allowed me to sleep very hard for at least 6.5, 7 hours, sometimes 7.5, and wake up, go all day again. And it was just, it's amazing. I'm 73. It's kind of the question, how old would you say you were if you didn't know your date of birth? And right now I'd say, maybe in the 40s. I just feel fantastic that way. Endurance, strength, stamina. And we start the day with the super green juice smoothie with the organic protein. Our little 3-year-old grandson is with us. That's the first thing every morning. My super green drink. And I've got, in fact, we get done here, I got to go make one before he goes to bed at night too. But using the organic protein, and it's phenomenal. The nourishment that it gives your body. When you nourish your body completely, no one can really tell you exactly everything you need, but when you take everything that you need, your body will use it properly. And it's just been outstanding. Today I was out digging out a stump, probably the hottest, stickiest day we've had all summer. And it was fine. Just had to take a little break to cool off a little bit, but doing well. And I'm excited to be able to have this, but using the detox, the calm to satisfy and nourish that whole endocannabinoid system. It's just been phenomenal for us. And our whole family uses it. All of our grandchildren have had the detox even before they were born. And they're doing extremely well, rarely ever sick. Our 3-year-old has never really been sick, other than they got chicken pox last year, but wasn't a big deal. They just had a rash and that went away and they're fine. So it's just that providing that, and it's something that the whole family can use, and it provides the nourishment for our immune system to keep the hormone balance, keep the nervous system functioning well, and of course to protect the joints and our cardiovascular system. So I'm just excited that this is the best thing I have seen in my 40 years in healthcare. And I'm grateful and eager to share that anytime I can.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Doc, for coming on and sharing with us. We appreciate that and appreciate the information, and love hearing from you. All righty, so we are going to come back over to the East Coast and talk to Miss Doreen Osterman. She is from Lansing, New York. Hello, Doreen. How are you?
Hey, Alan. And no, it's not snowing here yet.
Thank goodness.
Okay, so I have a family of 4, 2 boys and a hubby and me, and I have struggled for years with making sure that they got proper nutrients, because you'd think they were allergic to vegetables the way they act. So I could go to the store, look at all the fruits and veggies, and I could just mile right through all of them. But to try to get those fruits and veggies into the family was a little bit harder. I'd have to like cover all the veggies with cheese in order to get them to eat it. So that was my biggest frustration and struggle, was, ensuring that these guys all got the nutrients that they needed, because I know how important it is to get proper nutrients. I went through a thing about 7 years ago with gluten. I didn't even know that I had a gluten intolerance until one day. I mean, it kind of sneaks up on you. You have anxiety, you're bloated, I was sensitive to light. It was crazy. I had no idea what was going on. So I went to my doctor and I'm like, my body's waking out. Can you help me? Oh, you have anxiety? Well, here's some Xanax. Well, that's not what I wanted. That's not the answer I was looking for. So I found out through a chiropractor that I ended up having a gluten intolerance. And I saw firsthand what, a nutrient deficiency can do. It tore my life up for like 2 years. So I needed to make sure my family got the nutrients that they needed. I knew how important it was. So about a year ago, a good friend of mine introduced me to Touchstone. And I was like hooked first thing, because I'm like, oh, wait a minute. They can take a scoop of this super green juice or take some of these super greens plus D and get the nutrients they need for the day. Where do I sign up? So that was, that gave me a lot of peace of mind, knowing that my family's getting what they need. And I'm so thankful that my friend told me about Touchstone Essentials. And I just love everybody who I've met with Touchstone. The team members, they offer encouragement. They want to see me succeed, and they support me in any way that they can. Oh, and bonus on the CBD oil. So Alan, you've met my dog. He's a spaz. So if we want to sit down and watch a Dallas Cowboys game in peace, I'll give him some pet CBD. Done. So it's been a lifesaver for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Doreen. I appreciate that. And yeah, that little dog is got lots and lots of energy.
Yeah, he's wide open.
Oh yeah. All righty. Well, hey, that was great, and great to hear from Doreen. And so we're going to go to. He made it out of his meeting just in time to share with us over to Sierra Vista, Arizona, to hear from our good friend, Mr. AJ Vock.
Hello, everybody. Yep. Again, my name is AJ, like Alan just mentioned, and I'm married. I've got 3 beautiful girls, age ranges from 11 to, and I've got a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. So my stress levels can get a little high sometimes, especially in the morning. Everybody's trying to roll out of bed, but right currently, ever since the Touchstone Essentials has launched the CBD line, I've been taking the Calm Premium Hemp Oil, every day since they launched it. And, I'm so thankful for it, because it does, help me with my stress levels, my anxiety. But another thing that I had noticed is that it does help out, with getting that restful sleep. I have an Apple Watch, and before the hemp oil, I was tracking my sleep. I was averaging about 1 to 3 hours of actual restful sleep every night. But once I started taking the hemp oil, I started to notice the increase. It went from 1 to 3 hours to 3 to 5 hours. And another thing to note, I just changed the hemp oil because we just launched a couple new dosages, higher dosage. So with the milligrams, I went from taking the 750 to the 3,000 just within the last week. And the restful sleep has actually increased with that higher dosage. I'm super excited for it. Couldn't be happier. But I take it twice a day, and I know, it's helping out with a lot more than just my anxiety and my sleep. I know it's doing a lot more internally, especially with better blood flow. You can definitely feel the increased stamina, increased energy. So that's been my testimonial. I've been taking the products, not just the hemp oil, but I've been with Touchstone for just over 5 years and have had so many great testimonials, and I'm sure everybody else has as well. But thanks for having me on this call, Alan, to be able to share my testimony.
Thank you for joining us, AJ, and I appreciate you taking time. I know you had meetings going on and stuff out there, and we appreciate it. All righty, so we're going to go back to the West Coast, and we have with us from Sherman Oaks, California, Mrs. Lisa Petersen. Hey, Lisa, how are you?
I'm good. Alan, how are you? Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me on the call. It's great listening to everyone's testimonial because it's been a while since I've been able to chat with some of these people, and wow, it's powerful. And I appreciate that Doc has even shared more about his grandsons, because I get asked all the time if the products are safe for kids. So it's really reminds everybody that yes, the products are safe for everybody. So when Alan asked me to do the testimonial, I thought, oh no, what products do I talk about? Because I love everything. And, I've had some, between my grandson who's on the autism spectrum, that's seen some great results from the Pure Body products and the CBD and our Super Greens. My mom with MS has seen some incredible results with her strength and mental clarity. So I could go on, but I really realized I needed to share a specific personal one of mine, because it's allowed me to step out of my box and my comfort zone talking about this. It's been something that I've always kind of not talked about and, tried to hide. And it's hard to hide when you have an essential tremor, because I was so self-conscious about it. But to be honest, that's what actually really got me into Touchstone in the first place, because Alan and I were together meeting with another company. We were in their meeting and just doing a little bit of research to pick our brains with each other. And Alan sat down at dinner and said to me, when are you going to get those tremors checked out? And I was like, what tremors? He's like, oh, yeah, right. And ever since I've been a young girl, I've had them in my hands. And as I went through some pretty stressful things in my adult life with a divorce and some other, just financial burdens through the divorce, they started in my head. So it became that the more anxietous or anxious or nervous I became about something, the tremors would get worse. And that can really, it can affect you. And the bigger concern was it Parkinson's? So Alan, this is before we even had the CBD, he started me on the Pure Body Extra, and he started me on the Super Greens right away. And he said, you're going to notice a dramatic difference. And what happened is I did notice a difference. I think there was just so much going on also in my life that I couldn't use the word dramatic for the essential tremors. However, I was noticing a difference from all the products in so many other aspects of my life. And that's when I said, can we talk some more? I want to know more. I want to learn more, because I was so impressed with how I was feeling. Then along came the CBD. And I started using it. I didn't even think anything about how it would affect my central nervous system and the tremors. I was using it because I was having trouble sleeping, and it dramatically changed that. But also, the more I learned about, especially listening to Doc explain things on how it balances out your body and how good it is for your body every single day, I knew I wanted to be on it and not miss a day. So I, like AJ, have been using it every single day since the CBD has come out. And not only is my anxiety level just tapered off to a whole different level in how I function every day, but my tremors are almost gone. And I started having people that saw me all the time, especially the gal that does my nails, which seems kind of silly, but she said to me one day, I've been doing your nails for 11 years. Your hands aren't shaking anymore. And I thought, wait a minute, they're not. And then I have people that I spend time with all the time that have said they never even noticed I had it, or that I had the tremor in my head. And just on a personal note, you guys, that might not be a condition that you feel like, well, that's causing pain, or, you know, to me, it was a big deal. So to have that response was, for me, that was what it was all about. Then I've since had friends who are also dealing with some challenges with some other issues that affect the central nervous system, and they're now using the CBD and are absolutely loving it. So you just never know what someone's dealing with, or what the condition is, or what their challenge is. It's just so wonderful to have the products that we do have to share with people, whether it's Doreen's crazy dog, or, you know, whatever the issue is, that we have products that we can offer to people that truly can change lives. And Alan Newell, I will be forever grateful to you for changing my life.
Well, thank you so much. And that's these are the kind of stories that just make what we do worth it. You know, is to be able to impact people's lives, you know, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, and it's just we're blessed to be part of the company, and we're blessed to have people like you and all the others who are sharing their testimony, and all the others who are on the call. So thanks for coming on and sharing that story. I know that's not only frustrating for you, but it's, you know, I know that at times we're very self-conscious about that. So it's great for you to share that.
Yeah, no, and I just appreciate everybody that's part of it, and thanks for having me on the call.
Thank you. All righty, we're going to go back across the country to Auburn, New York, and we've got Miss Lorree Gaglino on the phone. Lorree, are you with us?
Yes, Alan, I'm here. How are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thanks for asking me to speak tonight. So my story started back in probably October of last year. I was going through some major changes in my life. I wasn't feeling good, and Touchstone Essentials was introduced to me. And even before I really started taking it, my dog needed some major surgery. And so she had a second leg surgery, and she's 11 years old, and she went through a lot. And so I put her on the pet CBD oil. And I am so thankful for that, because Rosie got through her second surgery. She came out a little different dog and had a lot of anxiety, and she is doing well today. So it was 4 months of healing and a lot of stress. And I said, Mama needs to go on some of that too. So then I took the leap, and I started my journey to start feeling better. And I started the CBD oil. And I really, I needed to stay calm and focused. And the next year was going to bring some changes. And I did get through that. And I stayed focused, and I was able to accomplish that. So I'm here to say that I am feeling a lot better today. And I've really been happy with the Pure Body Extra, especially. I really feel that those two products, the CBD oil and that, really helped me stay on task for what I needed to do and the changes I needed to make. So, and I too am truly thankful. I just want to share that as far as the community that we have, as far as the group, when I went to Vegas, that first mastermind was a huge change for me. I felt emotions there. I felt support. It was really something to be around such an amazing group of people. And that was a clincher for me too. So I'm really thankful to be a part of all of this.
Thank you, Lorree, for sharing. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Alan.
All righty, and so now we've got JoeRinaldi, and Joe was actually teaching dance earlier, and he said, sure, put me towards the end of the call, and I'll be glad to come on. So Joe is from, is it Moosie, Pennsylvania?
Carbondale.
Carbondale, Pennsylvania. Joe, welcome to the call.
Yes, Carbondale, yeah.
Yeah, all righty.
And much like everyone else, I love all of the products, okay? But for me, Debbie Stella got me involved with the company, and she wouldn't even sign me up until I tried the products. And she asked me to try the CBD oil first. My biggest problem, and I didn't even realize I had it, was that I could sleep for 8 hours and wake up, be ready to go right back to bed. One night of using the CBD oil, I woke up totally refreshed, and I thought, oh, this can't be. This is my mind playing tricks on me. And I tried it a second time, third time, and I woke up every time refreshed, and that was it. I told them, I said, let's get going. I want to do this. But for me, weight loss has always been a problem. I could lose a couple pounds and it would come right back. I could walk past a plate of spaghetti and gain 5 pounds just looking at it. But at any rate, I started using the Pure Body products because I had an iridologist tell me that I had a very high aluminum content in my body. So I started using the Pure Body, and what I found that I was beginning to lose weight. And I believe it was because I was removing some of the toxins in my body, and your body stores toxins and fat, so I was able to lose a little bit of weight. And I was really happy about that. And then when I found out about the super greens, I started to do a smoothie in the morning, the smoothie in the afternoon, and then have a nice meal that Nan would make. And since February, I have lost 28 pounds. And I'm really quite excited about that. But I think just like everybody else, I can't really pick out a particular product and say, well, I like this or I like that. For me, every single product has helped me in some way. And I'm very grateful for the company. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you for sharing that testimonial. And we're grateful for you too, and what you and Nan bring to the table, and appreciate you sharing your testimony tonight. Really means a lot. So I think that's got us covered from coast to coast and sea to shining sea in North America, and just we've got quite a few other people on the call. So if I had asked several people if they wanted to share a testimony tonight, and some I heard back from, some I didn't. So if you have a testimony that you want to share, feel free to unmute yourself and share with us. I'll wait a minute to see if anybody does, and if not, we can wrap up the call. But if you've got a testimony you want to share, feel free to unmute your line. All right. Well, hey, listen, what a great call. I've got this call recorded, and I'm going to post it. I'll make a YouTube video out of it, and because that's what we do. That's the reason we do what we do. That's the reason we're part of this amazing company, is to hear stories and to hear heartfelt stories, like Joe's and Lisa's and Sabrina's and Darrel's and Doreen's and Lorree's and Debbie's and AJ's. I mean, it's just, and these are just a few of the testimonies that are out there. We're blessed to be able to hear people, all the time. I get phone calls all the time, and working with a new lady who's changed her diet and just now started on our products, and in the past couple of weeks she's lost 14 pounds, and she's going to be excited about sharing a testimony on our next testimonial call. So with that, I'm going to wrap up the call, and I want to thank everybody for sharing their testimony tonight. Thank everybody for joining the call tonight, and what a blessed opportunity we have to share with others and to change lives. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming on, and have a great night.